Hi everyone. Today we are going to be looking at the division of algebraic terms. The first question asks to simplify y divided by y. Take note that division of algebraic terms is pretty much like the way we treated division of fractions. So if you're asked to simplify y divided by y, if you remember in fraction, if you're asked to solve this 5 divided by 5, or you say 5 over 5, in that case it's going to give you 1 because it's going to be 5 here 1, 5 here 1, and 1 over 1 is 1. So that is going to be the same approach right here. Y divided by y is the same thing as y over y, and in this case it's going to be y in y is 1, y in y is 1, so it's going to be 1 over 1, which equals to 1. Okay, so anything divided by that same thing is going to give you 1. Let us look at another example. Example 2. 8a over 2. That means 8a divided by 2. These can be rewritten as 8 times a. We already learned that before. Divided by 2. So how do we solve this? You will agree with me that 2 is a factor of 2 and 8. So I will have 2 in 2 is 1. 2 in 8 is 4. So what do I have left? I have 4 times a, okay, over 1. And that's going to give me 4 times a is 4a over 1. And 4a is the same thing as 4a over 1 is the same thing as 4a. So that means your final answer is 4a. So 8a divided by 2 gives us 4a as our final answer. Let us take a look at another example. 21b over 3. That's simplified 21b over 3, which is the same thing as 21b divided by 3. So these can be broken down into 21 times b over 3. Okay, now if you take a look at this, 3 is a factor of 3 and 21. 3 in 3 is 1. 3 in 21 is 7. So at the end of the day, I would have 7 times b, okay, over what we have left here is 1. Okay, 7 times b is 7b. We have learnt that before in our previous video, over 1. And we know anything over 1 is anything. That means 7b over 1 is 7b. My final answer is 7b. Let us take a look at another example. Example 4. 8a, you have been asked to simplify 8ab divided by 4a. How do we solve this problem? 8ab divided by 4a. So these can also be rewritten as 8 times a times b, that's 8ab, 8a, 8 times a times b, over 4a is the same thing as 4 times a. Very good, guys, very good. Now let us see what we need to do to simplify. Okay, if you take a look at this, there is a right here, there is a right here at the denominator. A in a is 1, a in a is 1, they cancel out. We have done that in fractions before, right? How to divide fractions. 4 in 4 is 1. 4 in 8 is 2. So if you take a look at this, we are left with 2, okay, times, this is 1, 2 times 1, times, we have b right here, over, we have 1 times 1. 1 times 1, you realize that nothing can divide anymore except 1. So 2 times 1 is 2. 2 times b is 2b. So I'll have 2b over 1 times 1 is 1. 2b over 1 is 2b. That is your final answer. I hope you guys are getting this fundamental concept. We're going to look at this example also right here. 18 c squared d divided by 3c. Okay, this is the same thing as saying 18, take note, c squared means you are multiplying c 2 times. So that is going to be c times c. So I have 18 times c times c, okay? And then you also have d times d. I hope you understand that part. C squared means c times c, okay? Over, that's divided by 3c, that's 3 times c. Very good, guys, very good. Now let us divide. This c can cancel out this c, okay? So I will say c here 1, c here 1, okay? 3 can divide 3 and 18. 3 in 3 is 1. 3 in 18 is 6. Very good, guys, very good. And then I can multiply out by saying this is 6 times, we have 1 times c times d, okay, divided by 1 times 1. 1 times 1. Very good. Now if you remember your multiplication of algebraic terms that we did in the previous class, 6 times 1 is 6. 6 times c is 6c. 6c times d is 6c d. Very good. Divided by 1 times 1 is 1. So 6cd over 1 is 6cd. Very good, guys. That is our final answer. Let us take a look at the last example right here. The last example says that you should simplify 1 over 5 of 35y, okay? Now the first thing you need to realize is of right here is times. So that means I can rewrite this very well by saying 1 over 5 times 35, okay? And 35 times 35y. And 35y means 35 over 1, okay? So I can rewrite this out by saying this is 1 times, this is 35y, which is the same thing as 35 times y over, this is 5 times 1. This is 1 right here, okay? Now, how do I do this? If you take a look at this, you realize that 5 is a factor of 5 and 35. So 5 in 5 is 1. 5 in 35 is 7. You realize that nothing can divide anymore except 1, right? Now we can multiply out. 1 times 7 is 7. 7 times y is 7y. So I have 7y over 1 times 1 is 1. And you will agree with me that 7y over 1 is the same thing as 7y. That is our final answer. I hope you guys understand this concept. I will encourage you to go over the video several times until you are able to confidently say you've understood the concept, and also go ahead and practice more questions on this topic, so that way you can be very good at it. Alright guys, I will see you in the next class.